I am a huge fan of Maplestory. I have been playing this MMO on and off for probably around a decade now. So when I heard there was a mobile incarnation of the game, I was absolutely ecstatic. And I know, I am a little bit late when it comes to recording a video for Maplestory M. But you know what? Being late has actually given them plenty of opportunities to release brand new classes, push out new dungeons, lots of new content to consume. So, you know what? In that sense, this was actually the perfect route to take, right? Real quick though, I would like to thank Maplestory M for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in trying the game out, then I recommend clicking that link in the description in the pinned comment below. As this is a Maplestory MMO, you can bet that there are a ton of different classes to choose between. However, since their latest update just went live, I think like a week ago, and they released the new Demon Slayer class to accompany that, I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to take them for a test run. It seems only fitting, right? So I went ahead and proceeded to make my character. Surprisingly, you can also choose a female Demon Slayer. I actually thought this was going to be exclusive to the males only, so that's good news for me because I like playing a female character. Don't take that the wrong way though. Anyway, after making my character, I was greeted by a story specific to my class, which Maplestory has always done, and this is something that I find makes replaying other classes significantly more enjoyable of an experience. And then I proceeded to go right ahead and jump into the familiar world of Maplestory. Do note though that when creating my character, I did opt to create a burning character. Burning characters are actually characters that are limited to 1 per account. These are characters that obtain 2 additional level ups every time you gain a level up. This allowed me to reach, what level was I currently? I think I'm somewhere over level 50 by now without really too much difficulty. Although again, you are limited to a single burning character per account, so you're gonna have to choose wisely. There are so many things to do. There are so many ways to level in Maplestory M. There are daily dungeons, there are elite dungeons, there are mini dungeons. Like, just take a minute here and look at all of these different options you have to do. I leveled to level 50 through questing and farming monsters out within the world, but I wanted to go ahead and tackle the story exploration, as Maplestory has always had an incredibly entertaining, lighthearted story. There are a variety of different stories you can run through, but at my level, being level 48 or 50 something when I did this, I only had access to the Alanel Fairy Academy, which if you've played the PC MMO, you will be all too familiar with. There was also the Rihanna Strait dungeon, which I could enter if I had managed to make it all the way to level 70, but unfortunately I didn't. Each episode has its own unique set of rules requiring you to defeat X monsters within X time limit, find X amount of items around the zone, or even complete this ridiculously difficult jumping puzzle, which I may or may not have had a lot of trouble with. And you know what, guys, if you know Mrs. Sticks and I, you would know that we are terrible at jumping puzzles. But you know what, I soldiered on and I successfully did it. But seriously, just take a moment here and look at how much trouble I had with this. Missed the jump, missed that jump, to miss that jump again. See, I am just absolutely terrible at jumping puzzles, and this one specifically isn't even difficult. Eventually, I did make it, as I mentioned, but seriously, just look at how many times I failed this. Don't judge me. Combat in the game was actually a lot of fun. We could bind several abilities to our ability wheel, and they were all very impactful. Skills looked great and they felt great to use. I could easily rocket myself horizontally, and at times hit enemies vertically with AoEs, which made grinding pretty easy. Thankfully, the Demon Slayer had quite a few different AoE abilities, and if you know me, I'm the type of person that pulls everything together and then mows them all down simultaneously. Whether it necessarily works out and I survive the encounter is another thing altogether, which, you know, actually admittedly led to this happening maybe more than once. But guys, I am still getting the hang of the controls here, okay? Give me a break. Overall though, I had an absolute blast playing through the game. Seeing other players running around the towns and the zones I was in, seeing so many familiar areas, models, classes, and characters. This was a nostalgia trip if I have ever seen one. This is an MMORPG that actually feels like an MMORPG. Not the typical recycled content you'd expect out of a mobile title, but something that actually looks and feels like you're playing the main Maplestory game on your phone. And flying through the air on my Demon Slayer, unleashing havoc both above and beneath me was was an absolute thrill. Once again though, if you're interested in trying the game out, I do urge you to go ahead and click that link in the description and the pinned comment below to be taken directly to the game. But this is my opinion, my impressions of the game. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it.